and it's going to be a cool opportunity, especially with the level of guys they have. So it'll push us and it'll be good for us.
Is this the ultimate challenge for a defense?
Yeah. They're going to push us for sure, and I think that's what we want. So I wouldn't say. Yeah, it'll be a good challenge.
When you see them on film, they look different, right? Offensively, they've got NFL receivers, NFL backs, NFL linemen all over the place. So that's a different challenge, right?
Yeah, it's a lot different than going against like a South Dakota State or they're just a lot bigger, they're a lot faster. So it'll be a good challenge for us. So.
Is there motivation to being this big of an underdog and people on the outside of the building not giving you guys much of a chance to win this week?
Yeah, we're just going out and we're showing the same amount of attention to detail as we have, the past, 5 weeks or whatever. So we're looking at it as it's going to be a great opportunity and they're the number 1 ranked or number 2 ranked team in the nation, but we're going to go out and fight like it's anyone else. So.
Were you at Kinnick 5 years ago, like when you were a senior?
Yeah, I was on an official visit, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
It was crazy. Storming the field and stuff, it was nuts. So I hear stories from some of my friends who were on that team in 17. Seeing that and seeing what we can do, it's possible. So there's always anything's possible in this world, and that's how we're looking at it. Is we're going to win this game. So.
What have you guys seen just in terms of the running game? You faced a couple of good running backs the last few weeks, and obviously you're going to face a pretty good duo this week.
Mm-hmm. I think they're two really good backs. Wasn't Henderson? I believe. Really good back. He has a really great O-line up front. They're big. They can move. They can get around. They pull. So I think when you have a good O-line, you have a good back who has good vision. I think it definitely can create problems when he can get in and out of cuts and extend the field or cut back across the field. So I think we'll definitely have our hands full with him. But but we also have to worry about their pass game as well because they have really good threats at receiver and they have a really good quarterback that can put the ball anywhere. So I think all in all, I think it's the same thing as Michigan. When you have a all-around solid offense, you can't really just focus or kind of lock in on one part or one key to their offense. Kind of have to really be locked in on what's going on the entire time, not really just on one part of the game. So it would definitely be a complete all-around challenge for us as a defense.
How would you describe the mindset of a football player when they're this big of an underdog?
Again, I told a couple other people I don't really look at that stuff. I think it's completely irrelevant. A lot of people who claim they know what they're talking about, I often feel they don't. And I don't really pay too much attention to it. So some people think it's really motivating. I myself, I don't really look at it. It's just another game that we can use as an opportunity to improve.
So you just put on that film and say these are the areas where we have to be good to beat this team. Is that kind of the approach, and not this is the number 2 team in the country?
Absolutely, week in, week out. That's our game plan.
Is it easy to do that as a player for you?
It's very. I go into this the next game is always the biggest game. Right. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter if we're playing a high school team or if we're playing an NFL team. We're going to prepare the same, and we are going to put in the same amount of effort. And that game is always going to be the biggest game of the season for us, the next one.
Yeah, I think myself, Logan Jones, a couple of the seniors, and even Connor Colby are veteran voices that are valued heavily in our room. And I think the biggest thing for us is, we are young, and a lot of us are, starting for the first time this year. But every day you get older. It's not you can't keep as a group and you guys and a lot of people. It's hard to just keep saying we're young, and that can't be really an excuse for any guys. And I think that's the really important thing is guys realize time is of the essence, and we got to have a great sense of urgency in a lot of things we do. The guys have done a really good job. We're improving every day. Some people might not see it, and that's the way they see it. But you look at the first game of the year. If we would have played that way all 6 weeks, I don't know what our record would be. I know it wouldn't be 3-3. That's for sure. So young guys are improving, old guys are improving, and it's just really a matter of just having a sense of urgency to get better. I think that's the important thing for us as a group.
How daunting of a task is this? I mean, people aren't giving you guys much of a chance this week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great test for our defense. I mean, we're a blue-collar program, so, we're going to go out there, give it our all, give it our best defensively, make sure we can stop the run, most importantly. But you're not going to see any quit out of us. Our guys, we've been working hard this week. Everybody's mentally, we're going in there to win a game. No, we're not just going to roll over and give it to them.
You feel like this is a great opportunity for you guys, and you guys like the underdog role, and this is a huge one.
Yeah, and it's a great test for our defense. I think it's clear to say we got a pretty good defense. Coach Parker knows what he's doing, so I think this will be an ultimate test, putting all the phases together.
You're back in Ohio.
It's going to be weird because I haven't been home since June, so I'm just going to stay focused on what I need to do, hurry get the win, get out of there, hopefully.
You have a lot of family and friends.
Yeah, most all my family friends are there. So it's going to be very cool.
How many tickets do you have to get?
Like 20, 25. So.
Been a challenge?
Nah.
No? Everybody's gotten you taken care of?
Yeah, so I'm very appreciative.
Did you ever go to games at Ohio Stadium? Columbus?
Nah.
Never been one?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Excited to be in that stadium?
I'm sorry, not to watch, but to play.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice. So just looking forward to the opportunity.
More rounds?
Nah, I'm more of a Green Bay Packers fan.